Nie wyszło.
Are we switching to English or are we?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So as Gosia is setting up, right? Hi, hello, everyone. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining. We see that the vacations are in full swing, but so happy to have a few of you joining us today. We are running Open Day for Transition Manager Academy studies, and we'll have 3 elements today. So the first will be a very short intro on the TMA that Gosia will start shortly. Then we will jump into the quiz. Quiz will have 30 questions. It's a very quick quiz on Mentees. So you use the Mentee. I'll explain the rules of the quiz later. We will have a book prize there as well for you. As a sweetening part of the deal here. And then after that, we'll be open to any questions that you may have around the TMA, be it the studies, the approach, the logistics, the content, whatever you would be interested in. So that's our plan for today. And Gosia,
so maybe I will just introduce the speakers of today. Małgorzata Kusyk, who is the director of the program of Transition Manager Academy studies. There is also Przemek Kotecki with us, the trainer and the coach, and Mike Rowlands, who is the lecturer and also the coach. He is just joining. So I can assure you that once the quiz gets started, you will see how time flies very quickly.
So just one question before we start. I have no rights to stream on Koziminski website. I had it before, so I can do it on LinkedIn. If you give me a sec, I can put it on LinkedIn on my profile, or any profile I can do. Or we are skipping streaming. We will have just recording. What do you prefer? If we want LinkedIn, I just need a few minutes.
No, I think we should be moving forward. So choose what is the easiest and let's move forward.
Okay, so let's do it on Facebook on AgilePMO. That would be the fastest. Almost done. We can start. If anyone can check, Mike or Przemek, if you are on Facebook.
Okay, I'll go there and please start.
Yeah. I'm starting. Yes. Just give me a sec to share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. We are here. That's on the Open Day for Transition Manager Academy. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone joining us on Zoom and also on Facebook. We are streaming in on Facebook. So before we start the main part of this day, that will be quiz on transition, transformations, leadership quiz, similar to this one we did last time, a few months ago in February. Although different questions, so join us. Still, you can join on Facebook if you have. We will do it on Mentimeter, so you will have the code and can join the quiz as well. So, a few words about our very unique program. So that's for leaders, or prospective leaders as well, of transition and transformation projects and programs. So anyone who would like to make a difference can join the program. You can upskill, but also you can reskill. You can find out more about how to lead complex projects and program. If you are managing the business transitions as well, that's the program for you. And that's us. So we have online Przemek and Mike with us. Also Agnieszka is online. We have Przemek Kotecki, Agnieszka Kaczmarek-Kacprzak, Mike Rawlings, and myself, Małgorzata Kusyk. We have also Hania Buze, Ania Szczepkowska, and Michał Rączka, and Jerzy Pokolski. So that's our team who deliver different modules. I will explain what kind of modules we have in a minute. So the objectives I've mentioned already, just the main goal to prepare ourselves to manage the complex initiatives in a very unstable environment in VUCA world. So we focus both on ways of working and power skills, that's mainly leadership or soft skills, but also we touch the business acumen. So you will have a chance to practice to find out on the theory, but also practice of leadership. And that's a personal transition as well. If you would like to transition from a project manager to a change leader. A few words about the program. So it's a postgraduate study. So I just 180 hours in total. We've got like strategic management, that's the ways of working now. So 2 modules, managing organization transition. We focus on the bridges model. So it's mainly how to help people to move through the transformation transitions and transition program leadership. Technical project management, so it's called the ways of working. So project management by Przemek and Agnieszka, project agile management by Michał Rączka, and risk management by myself. Working with others, so we've got 2 modules, communication and team management. It's led by Mike Rawlings, and virtual and multicultural team management delivered by Hannah. And enabling solution and creativity, 2 modules, facilitation skills, including presentation skills and visual thinking and creative problem solving. That's TRIS. That's the approach we are discovering during this module. And the last part, not least, mentoring and coaching and negotiation for project success. Mentoring, coaching done by Mike, and negotiations done by Przemek and Agnieszka. So it's a part of developing and influencing a few hours on consultations, because in the end, we would like you to write a kind of story. It's called thesis, but it's more a story about yourself, about your transition. So don't be afraid of it. I spoke to some people about the end, and there is the exam. It's just a very nice talk with us about your transition. So don't worry about this thesis and don't worry about the exam, because it's a very nice part, I think, one of the best parts of the studies. And next, I mentioned before, the whole program is based on PMI talent triangle, so ways of working, power skills, and business acumen. So someone summarize it like he joined the program to open the door, but really the Transition Manager Academy opened his eyes. So that's the best summary. Although another one is, I wouldn't change it for the best holiday in my life. So I like it a lot as well. That's what we are experiencing, very, very unstable environment. So that's the study to prepare for the challenges we are experiencing now, but more challenges we'll experience in the future. So get ready for the tough times. Curiosity. That's what we like to live with ourselves. So this is like not knowing state. Feel comfortable in a not knowing state. The course is based really on the best knowledge in the world. Every time, every edition is different. Whatever we explore, whatever we find out to read and then practice, we bring to this program. So it's based on teaming, on Professor Obenk's model, on thinking environment by Nancy Klein. And any participant needs, so you can co-create. Now we are adding some activities and some topics because the student brought them. So you co-create this program so you can adjust it to your needs. It's run in English, and you also will have a chance to experience the international, the diverse group of different backgrounds. We are ready to hold this program virtually as well, although just a few modules are virtual. Some recommendations, more recommendations. And also we have some partnership. So that's it from me. Przemek, the floor is yours.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you,
here.
So also that was a little bit of the intro to the TMA. Now we'll jump into the quiz. That's a quiz on the leadership within transformations and transitions. It will be a mix of information questions from that areas. We gathered questions from a number of experts, and here it is, right? And we want to make sure that you enjoy it, right? So how the quiz looks like. We have 30 questions. There will be always 4 answers and only 1 will be correct. There will be 20 seconds for each. Some questions are a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter, but roughly 20 seconds should be enough for everyone. There will be just few questions from the previous editions because they fit pretty well into today's topic. And then we played, as every time we played a little bit with AI and asked for a few questions from it as well. It will be marked here as well. There are 4 us here from the lecturers on the session. So if you would have any questions or anything to be added here, we're happy to jump in and answer. There will be, the concept is like that whenever you answer, whoever answers correctly gets some points, right? If you answer faster than the others, you get more points, right? And if you have a streak of answers, that's even more points, right? To get into that, you should go to menti.com and use this code that is here, right? So 1173 and so on. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your browser, wherever it works for you, right? Now, after each question, so there will be question, there will be answers that you will be giving, then we will see the right answer, and there will be always commentary. So the commentary will be written there by the author. What we assume is the author is right? Of course, in some cases, there are some discussions, especially around the soft elements of the collaboration, but we're very open to discuss after each question, or you can jump in with your comments, questions, or anything additional. So absolutely, please do. And for the authors, if any of you were authors and contributed questions, we crowdsourced it from the perspective that if anyone wanted to contribute, you could contribute. So you can take part in that. But to be fair, there are not that many of you that I've seen that actually contributed. When it comes to lecturers, you can take part in the quiz, but you cannot win any prizes, right? So because obviously you know some answers, or you should know some answers at least to those questions. So even then you can have fun and play, your points will not count. So that's how the quiz works. And now the prizes. So what we do, this is a fun game, right? The assumption here is that we're playing to see how we're doing and whether we know, we don't know, what could be useful, what not. But at the same time, we do have some books from Bob Dingen and Ken Blanchard for you, TrustWorks and Leading International Projects, 2 of those. And then at the end, whoever is on the top, removing the lecturers, can choose which of those books would be interesting for you, and the second person would get the second book here as well. All right, so there is some additional small sweetener as I mentioned. Okay, so with that, what we'll do to the warm-up question. There will be a first warm-up question that hopefully you already are ready to answer and get everything there. Now, if anyone has any problems with logging in or using or getting to the quiz, let me know so that before I start. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming we're good, right? So let's see how we're doing. So we're going with the question 1 of 30. Okay, there are a few of us, 7 players. So if we're ready, we're moving forward. And the first question will be, that's a warm-up question. What does TMA stand for? That was mentioned a few times, and you're signing for the study, so hopefully everyone knows. But what does the TMA stand for? All right, let's see, how did we do? Oh, everyone knew, perfect, congratulations. So it's Transition Manager Academy. And this question is also to show you how the commentary will look like, right? So we will show the author and the commentary there as well, that you can, we can later on discuss. So whenever you want, you can jump in with questions or comments, just stop me. Remember, I don't see you, I just see the quiz, right? So you need to jump in and tell me that you have something to say. So with that, we're moving forward. Oh, there will be a leaderboard, right? Every time. So as I mentioned, right, the good answer, that's the first thing, and then the time matters, and later on the streak matters as well. Okay, moving forward. Question number 2. Okay, what is transition? So we're saying that we will be talking about the leadership in the transformations and transitions. So just quick reminder, what is a transition? Okay, 3 people, 4, and so on. It looks like that whenever timer goes out, it's done, or if everyone voted, then immediately it finishes. Okay, we do have 2 different answers, right? So the right and correct answer is a psychological reorientation people go through in a new situation, right? And now Gosia was the author of this question. So for the lecturers or creators of the questions as well, jump in and comment or anything you want to say if there's something. Right. So within the transition, what we're saying is a psychological reorientation. So we're understanding where people are, right? And then from that place, they want to get somewhere to the other part. And this journey that they're going through, and sometimes we're helping them with that, right? It's called transition. It's a psychological reorientation.
So I just jump in. People are not afraid of the change; they're afraid of transition. So this psychological change in our mind. So that's what we teach. We start from the module on this, how to deal with this.
Mm-hmm. All right. Again, if you've got any questions or comments, jump in. Otherwise, I'm just moving forward. So here we see some changes. All right. That moves around. Congratulations. Question number 3. Okay, how to keep the enthusiasm in mixed teams during a transformational transition. So how to keep the enthusiasm in mixed teams. Okay, majority got it right, none of the above. All right, so Bruno, working on the strategic projects, M&As mainly right now, I think, right, prepared this, and like when you look at the answers, right, so what were they, right? Keeping the same agenda. You don't want to have a fixed agenda. Well, obviously you need to have a plan, you want to have agenda, but over the period of time, it may evolve, right? So you need to make sure that you communicate it correctly, but you don't necessarily keep the same agenda all the time, right? The same with the complaints, right? So you want to allow complaints to be able to address them. Of course, you don't want it to be exaggerated and hit heavily on your team, so you need to address it correctly. But those complaints are a normal part of the communication, right? And then the social integration is a positive thing as well, to help people unwind as a part of the changes. So there is a little bit more about this area from Bruno. Moving to the fourth question, so the results here, right? Congratulations. And then we're moving forward. The fourth question. Which is the best way to organize and run a transformation project? Right, so that's more on the transformation, right? But already connected to the leadership. Okay, we do have a mix of those, right? Well, of course, you should be creating the dedicated group of transformation agents, right? Or ambassadors that may help you. But the thing that encompasses everything there is to engage all parts of the organization that will be impacted at least, right? So that the right influence can be there. So that's what you want to be looking at. I prepared this question, right? And the assumption is that you should be covering both senior leadership, employees, impacted teams, team across everywhere. So you want everyone to understand where you are and be able to engage them whenever needed. Okay, some changes here. All right, and the fifth question. What is the most important and critical factor in any transformation? Remember, this is a question from one of the people that contributed. So with that, we may have some negotiations or discussions around that, or you may say it depends, right? That comes from Paweł Dudek, I think. Sorry. Okay, active and visible sponsor of the change, the true leader. And by sponsor, we mean someone that is sponsoring it within the organization. It usually may not be you if you're running the transition, right? You will have someone from the board or somewhere in the organization helping you as the sponsor. And how Paweł derives this is that apparently, actually, with number of different research year over year or every other year with few different researchers, as a chaos report, for example, right? We get information that a lot of projects have challenges if they do not have a supporting sponsor within the organization, because the vision is not clear, or the alignment is not there, or just simply the support is not there. Okay. All right, and moving forward. Mark, it's a name. Mark makes all the decisions on the team regardless of the team's objections. Which of the following management styles does he or she follow? Well, he in this scenario. Autocratic, democratic, I don't know how to read it, but laissez-faire or management by exception. Okay. Oh, everyone is saying autocratic, and this is a correct answer. Congratulations. So yes, it's autocratic. Making decisions by yourself without checking with anyone or understanding how everyone feels about it, or whether it's a good or bad for the team, and so on. It's autocratic. Okay, so here then we see who was the fastest, basically. Okay, the next one. Who came up with the motivational theory, stating that people are mostly motivated by one of the three primary needs: achievement, affiliation, and power? So, theoretical from the perspective of the approach. Who was the author? Okay. Oh, we did have three people that knew the answer. McClelland. Okay, and it's Gosia, the theory of needs, right? From that question. So just
one of my favorite questions.
Achievement, affiliation, and power. Gosia, you want to come?
No. Just one of my I like this theory. I found out recently that I motivated by power. I thought I was motivated by achievements. So that was my latest a few years ago, but not a long time ago. So it's quite interesting. There are 4 types of power, so we can explore it more. That's quite interesting theory.
So I'm guessing it's an influence power in your...
Oh, yeah, influence. Okay, it's influence here. Yeah, it's power or influence. Yeah, influence sounds much better than power, but it's about power.
All right. Right, moving forward then. Let's see how did we do. Okay. Okay, question 8. Tom, it's a name. Tom is a notorious workaholic, skeptical about his subordinates, and believes he must constantly micromanage the work. What type of a leader is Tom? Achievement theory manager, expectancy theory manager, theory X manager, or theory Y manager? And if you don't know, don't worry, but almost everyone knew. Congratulations, right? So here's a classic example, Gosia.
Yeah, so that's the theory X and Y. Such managers are more often than not doubtful of the commitment of subordinates and tend to micromanage the work. So they are these people who needs control. They are not servant leaders. They think people are not motivated or are not engaged if you do not watch them. So they watch every step, every aspect, and they control. So this is the type of leadership which still is very popular in many organizations, although we would like to transition from this stage to Y, to transformational leaders.
All right, thanks. Okay, some changes happening here. Next question is, which of the following best describes what the responsibility assignment matrix shows? Responsibility assignment matrix. Okay. All right. Number of people knew. Don't worry if you didn't know. So remember that. So this is not RASI, right? But the concept is similar in the perspective. Well, so by that I mean RASI can be a part, right, Gosia, of the responsibility assignment.
Yeah, it's a type. RAKI or RAKIs, yeah, RASKI. It's a type of responsible, accountable, consultant inform, or you can have S supporting. It's a kind of responsibility assignment matrix. It's a type of responsibility assignment matrix.
Mm-hmm. And the assumption there is to clearly visualize and understand who's responsible for what or assigned to what, and what is the level of the responsibility. So as Gosia mentioned, there's different elements of accountability, responsibility, and so on.
Mike is writing, constructive and respectful challenge is always welcome and necessary. So if you want to challenge the questions.
Sure. But in the meantime, we'll move to the next question. Just jump in. Remember, I cannot read anything on the chat. So question number 10, 1/3 after us. So which of the following is not a power derived from the project manager's position or leader's position for that matter? Expert power, formal power, reward power, or punitive power? Punitive is from punish or punishment. Okay, all right. So the power that is not derived from the position itself. So here the expert power, right? So just to refresh here, you're saying there
is not a power derived from the project manager's position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
that's the expert. You need to earn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to earn it. Everything else you may have from the formal position, right? So yes. The formal power or rewards can come with the position, and the punishment options may come from the position as well. But the expert only comes if you're the actual expert. Okay. So here are some changes. And then the next question. All right. Which conflict management technique would you advise a leader to adopt for the most long-lasting solutions? So, long-lasting solutions, conflict management. Okay, it is problem solving. It is problem solving. If it's a long term, you want to actually solve the problem.
Yeah, that's the best. If we can solve the problem, not always we can solve the problem, but if we can solve the problem, that's the best, the most long-lasting solution.
That's the approach you start with or you aim for, right?
Exactly. Sometimes we've got value conflicts, so we don't negotiate value conflicts.
Okay. Points here, congratulations. And then moving forward. Okay. Which of the following options represent the various stages of team development as per the Tuckman ladder in the right order? So both naming and the order is important. Okay, it's a mix. It was a tricky one. They were very similar. But within the Tuckman ladder, you do have forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Adjourning is a closing or finishing. Right? And these are the natural stages within the life cycle of the team, so to speak, and every team apparently goes through it. But the time of each of the stages may vary. And the second point here is that whenever someone joins or leaves the team as you're going, the team may be going or usually will be going through the same stages again because it's a different team. Right? Okay. Which of the following is not an advantage of co-location? So 3 of those are advantages and 1 is not the advantage coming from the co-location. It could be advantage for something else, of course. Again, majority. Proximity to the customer premises is not. So obviously it may be advantage, but it just doesn't come from the collocation itself, because if you do get be it project team members or the teams, departments, and so on collocated, the three others are advantages derived from that or coming from that, but not this particular one. Although it may be positive for your team. Okay. Team members get to know each other. They feel excited about the project and have not been told the details yet, right? In what phase of development is the team? So we had this forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning model. So within this scenario, where is the team? It is forming. Yeah, indeed, it is forming. So they are excited, they're getting to know a little bit about themselves and everything. They do not know all the nitty-gritty details that will come later, and they only start working together. So they're forming. Okay, good job here. And then moving forward, halfway through. Why is stakeholder collaboration important to a project? So why is it important to have a stakeholder collaboration within the project? Yes, everyone got it correct, everyone who voted. So it aligns expectations, right? So you all knew that. Congratulations. Okay. And then 16th. Which of the following statements most reflects the approach of servant leadership? Servant leadership. Okay, almost everyone got it right. Gosia, do you want to comment?
Yes, yeah, it's about, I like this approach about focusing on people needs, not wants, but needs. And it's quite challenging to find out the needs. So that's about servant leadership. It's about serving people. And when you take care of the team needs, the project team or just team participants' needs, they will take care of the activities. And then there is the name of Robert Greenleaf. So do they serve grow as person? Why being served become happier, wiser, freer, more autonomous, more likely themselves to become servants? I like it a lot. You can challenge it, of course. That's my favorite style.
So everyone chooses their own style. A lot of organizations, although, are looking for this, and teams themselves, right, are looking for this type of leadership. Of course, adaptive leadership, having a lot from the servant leadership there as well. Okay. Just so that we see. Right, congratulations. We move forward. Who should be communicated with vision of the organization, or vision of the program, or vision of the department, depending on at what level, usually with the vision for the wider organization. And that is one of the leaders' tasks there as well. So all stakeholders, including employees and customers, and stakeholders and customers are obviously subset of that, right? You could discuss that stakeholders include employees as well. So in that sense, that might have been a correct answer as well. We're looking for all stakeholders, including employees and customers, right? And Michał prepared this question. And well, yeah, clear assumption is that everyone within the organization should understand the vision, what we are aiming for, so that you could make decisions by yourself and your teams could be making decisions that align with the visions, right? Rarely, currently, anyone will tell you, especially if you're in the leadership position, what to do exactly, right? There will be a direction, there will be some delegation in place, and the expectations would be that you will move us forward with your team, right? And then, of course, you need to manage this with your team as well. So we want people to be aligned and understanding the vision so that they can propose better solutions to move us forward in the same direction. Okay. And the next question is, which of the following is the best example of recognition? Recognition. Which of the following is the best example of recognition? Yes, prize for effort. Monetary bonus, I understand why it comes, but it's a prize for effort. Gosia, do you want to comment?
Oh yeah, there's a difference between recognitions and rewards. So rewards are transactional and recognition is relational. That's what I like as well. So reward is like kind of gift. And of course, it can be the end of year bonus as well. But recognition is it's very personal. It's personal prize or gratitude for good work, and can be given anytime at the company, at any by anyone at any time in the company. So I encourage you to use recognition many times. Like it can be just the wording, it can be personal call, for example, media post, or any other card or letters. I like letters. Once I received from that was the conference, a PMI Gdańsk branch conference, a team, and I received a letter from one person, and I was so surprised because I didn't know that I helped someone, and I was prized on it. So use it.
Thank you. All right, congratulations. When leading a team, what is the best leadership style to use? Okay, everyone. It is a mix. Gosia?
That was tricky. Yeah, that was tricky after the when I mentioned my best style is servant. Although there are no best style, there are different styles. So situational leadership, choose your style, adopt, be flexible, your style to the team needs.
Yeah, so adapt, because in some situations, different styles are very needed, right? You may need directive, you may need servant, you may need other style.
Exactly.
Okay, so 2/3 of the way. Which conflict management approach is best suited for a situation where both parties refuse to give in on their position? Okay, oh, sorry. Compromise, reconcile. Yes, that's the one. Remember, that's when they do not want to give any step in any direction, so then you use a compromise here. Okay, congratulations. Question 21. What happened here? Okay, so you probably saw the answer, which is true about conflict in projects. Yes, very good. Congratulations. Conflict is inevitable, right? Eventually it will happen. Sometimes it happens at the very beginning. Sometimes it happens later in the game, but it happens, right? And then we need to help team to resolve it as the leaders if they are not able to do it by themselves, of course. Okay. All right. So Brand the Broken was the fastest one this time. Okay. The next question is, at a meeting, you pay attention to the emotions of yourself and others as the discussion gets heated. Which interpersonal skill are you leveraging? All right. Congratulations. Yes, that's correct. Emotional intelligence, right? And it has a number of components that are important to be applied, but you all understood it from the question. Perfect. Okay, that was a quick call there. Which of the following is an artifact that outlines how the team will operate and work together? How the team will operate and work together. Okay, team charter. So that's how the team will work together. And you use team charter, you will be contracting. Within that, you would be talking about shared values, you would be talking how you want to approach things, who may be doing what, or how often you meet, how will we actually address those conflict elements, right? Because if you put it in the framework and if you get everyone aligned and signed off on that, right, it's easier later on to work as a team, right? So it's
start from shared values. That's one of the most important documents in a project team. It's for the team. That's why it's not project charter, it's team chart.
Yeah. All right. How did we do? What is the key to effective leadership? So I may not be remembering this right, but I think this is already a question coming from ChatGPT. What is the key to effective leadership? Yes, so you understood it as exactly as chat, right? And the chat is explaining how that works, right? But being inspiring and motivational person helps a lot. Okay, so now there will be 3 or 4 more from ChatGPT. Okay, which of the following behaviors is characteristic of a good leader? I think someone, when you read flexible. Inflexible is the reverse of flexible.
It's me. I didn't read the question. I didn't read.
Okay, so providing constructive feedback and fostering a learning culture is some of the characteristics of a good leader. Okay. So with that, next one is, which approach is crucial for effective leadership during times of uncertainty and change? Which approach is crucial for effective leadership? Everyone voted and it's correct. So we're doing very good in answering the chat's questions. They seem, some of them seem to be very 1-0 right here. Okay, 27th. I think this is the last one from the chat. What leadership approach is most effective for fostering employee engagement and motivation? All right, well, we did it again. So that was a little bit more tricky as the answers were structured, but we did very good. So implementing a servant leadership to get engagement and motivation, right? Kasia, you wanted to say something?
No. I agree with ChatGPT.
All right, and the last two questions that we have for today are: what is a critical skill for leaders to effectively manage conflicts within a team? Or maybe this is one more from chat.
One more, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it goes to the conflicts. Yeah. Practicing active listening and facilitating open dialogue. Perfect. Okay. Proxemics explores. This is not from chat. Proxemics. In Polish, apparently it's proxemika. So the same, or it comes from the same word.
One last question.
All right, so that was a tricky one for us. So the proxemics is how people or humans use space while communicating, right? So, and there are different layers, how close we are in between each other, and whether it's a safety zone. I don't remember the exact names, right? But the safety ones, the or the public space, and so on, and then how we work within that all together. So Hania prepared this one. And the last question for today is: in Patrick Lencioni's conception, what is the ground base for team performance? What's needed for the team's performance in Patrick Lencioni's conception? So, of course, a lot of those elements are important, but trust established in the teams is the base or the core element on which you build everything else. You need to get trust of the team. And it's Hania again. Okay, so let's see how we did. Okay. So we do have Cake, whoever is Cake. 23,000 points, so congratulations.
None.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, that's me. Mike is Cake.
Mike is Cake. Okay, so if Mike is Cake,
Millie is me.
And then
Joanna. Millie is me.
Millie is Gosia. So then we move forward, and then so who is W? It's Joanna.
Joanna.
Yes, it's me.
Right, congratulations. And then we do have AS.
Our best student. She's doing good.
I just like reading.
Okay, so what we did promise, right, are those two books, right? So out of those, Joanna, which one do you want to choose?
Leading international projects.
Okay, so then AS is Alicia? No.
Yep, that's me.
Alicia. Okay, so Alicia, so then congratulations, you do get Trust Works as a book. So let's connect on LinkedIn or after the session, and we'll sort out the logistics for that. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So with that, that's all for the quiz. But now, if you would have any, I know that we're just running on top of the time, right? So if you would have any questions or anything, regardless the TMA, we're super happy to answer all of those for you, or anything else for that matter.
We have time because we have 1.5 hours. So 1 hour is gone and still have 30 minutes. No, I think 1.5 hours we should. quiz was for 1 hour with introduction. So yeah, we still have time. So if you have any questions or comments, maybe you want to share something or add something.
Well, so
I'm thinking, Shemek and Gosha, what we're seeing here is a transition effect, because we have some people who are in an unfamiliar environment with unfamiliar people, and we're only just forming as a team. So because we haven't stormed or normed, it's quite difficult for people to speak up and just say anything that's on their mind.
Yeah, all right.
What do you think? Yeah. So how do we build that trust?
We can start. So maybe I can ask a question. What is in Transition Manager Academy for you, Mike?
For me,
Yes.
chance to come to Warsaw, chance to ride on trams, chance to drink dark beer, and chance to eat Zurich, which I love. But more importantly, I guess it's about legacy for me. So I do the leadership, the team building and communication, and the leader as a coach, and all of those are really important to me. And it's about helping others, to sharing my thoughts and ideas with others, helping them form their own opinions, and knowing that in some small way, a small part of me is going on to work in other businesses and will carry on after I finish working. So it's about legacy for me, and the joy of meeting interesting new people as well. I had a thought also about the idea of trust and speaking out. You will know that one of the things that we use a lot of books in TMA. These are books that we've read that have meant something for us. And one of which is a book called Teaming by Amy Edmondson, which is it's the kind of the doing of being a team. It's a wonderful book if you've not seen it. And one of the characteristics it talks about within good teams is the power of speaking up, the willingness to speak out, and the trust that you will be heard and not be criticised. And I have a little story about that. I'm actually doing a master's myself at the moment. I'm doing a master's in songwriting. And in one of the books I've read about Jimmy Webb, who, for those of you who know music, he wrote Wichita Lion Man and songs like that. And he talks about the first time he went to a place where there were lots of songwriters, and he was shown to his new office. And the man who ran the building said to him, there's a sign, in this room, you cannot make a mistake. And he thought, oh, that's going to be quite hard. I'm not allowed to make mistakes. And the man said, no, it's not what it means. It means in this room, whatever you do is okay. It's impossible for you to make a mistake. We are being creative, and anything you do has value. So those of you who are on the call who don't know us, anything you choose to say at this moment has value, and it's worth being heard.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks a lot. So Przemek, the same question for you. What does he need for you?
Well, I'm probably not that motivated with coming to Warsaw, or I do like it.
And you don't drink beer, do you?
I do not drink beer as well, right? So too crossed from the list. I do live at the beautiful seaside, right? So coming to Warsaw is professional thing for me. But having said that, what I do love are all the stories that we have on the TMA, right? Of course, all of us work on different sessions there, while the attendees, you do get the value from each of them, and then you learn over the period of time from each other. But I do love hearing about those exceptional experiences that everyone brings there, because even though we may be experiencing in some fields or in some elements, there is so much more than everyone is giving there. And I think anyone that was on any postgraduate studies for that matter has seen it already. The beauty of the TMA that I see is that we practice what we preach, right? So we start with the team charter, however you call it, right? So we start with the contract, we talk about the values, and people get bonded much faster, I think, than in a number of other places, and they're willing to open up on different topics and help each other. So not only we are helping, but everyone is helping basically from the day one and the first session. So I do enjoy that a lot.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I like the psychological safety we built. So people, even shy at the beginning, they start speaking up, sharing stories, sharing experience, sharing books, sharing different approaches. Even they want to jump in and prepare the session with us as well. So it's something really what I like a lot, this engagement we've got. They are really, really motivated and engaged and also happy because even at the beginning, if they were not sure about these studies, when they come to join the team, the group, they really enjoy. And the stories in the end as well. That's why I said at the beginning that the ending is the most powerful. When I read the stories, when I remember when they started and they were struggling, there were a lot of challenges. Sometimes I get these stories and I think it's a kind of disaster because it looked like at the beginning. And then I read the story and it's a great success. Yeah, so I'm so surprised that people overwhelm these challenges. They are really really tough challenges. So that's why I like this thesis the most, and the final meeting we have when people share the stories. So it's something for me. It's something making a difference, changing the world, doing something good for this world, something bigger than myself. And Kasia, how about you?
Could you remind me the question?
Yeah, what is we're talking about? Of course, Transition Manager Academy. Yeah, so you joined the team. It will be third edition, I think. Now the 7th. Yeah, yeah, it's a while. So, what is in it for you?
So I have to say that I like the energy that you always give to participants, to students. I really feel it during every integration meeting that we have. I like meeting Mike because he flies from Great Britain. I also like this chemistry. And of course, the participants. So I think it's really a good program worth getting interested in.
Thanks, Kasia. Any questions? You can type the questions. If you don't feel comfortable to speak up, just type the question.
So Gosia, I would have one question, and it's more on the organizational, technical aspect of the academy. How big are the groups? Or
20,
how many participants do you expect?
20 plus minus 2.
Okay.
So up to 22. Okay. Up to 22. Sometimes we have less, but generally around 20. Now we've got, I think we used to have 22 or 1. Kasia, you can help me. How many people do we have now in this 6th edition?
So the limit is 20, about 22, 23 participants.
Oh, yeah, sometimes 23. We had an edition with 27, but we tried to limit it to like 22, 23. So it's maybe not, it's not very big.
I can say from my perspective, so I'm running with Agnieszka, of course, right? So we're running project management and then negotiations later on. And if the group formally has 20 people. That means that usually between 16 to 18 come to the sessions. Very much depends on the timing, of course, right? And that would roughly mean that whenever we're doing workshops that require teams exercises, and we do those a lot, you would have roughly 4 teams, right? That work within between 3 to 5 people. So that's pretty neat number for interactions between the teams and within the teams themselves.
So I guess one of the things is you want enough people to have a good cross section of interests and knowledge and experience for the learning and networking, and not so many people that it becomes difficult to manage. So I'm curious. I think it was Joanna who asked the question. Mm-hmm. What for you would be an ideal number? What would you be looking for so that you feel you would get the most from attending the academy?
Yeah, it depends, of course, but I also wanted to ask, are you focusing more on lecturing or more on workshops, or is it a combination of both? I think, Przemek, you already answered the question partially. So I assume it's both of them. So
yeah,
yes, it is. Yeah. It's a mixture, and part of what we're doing, if you think about it, if you are a transition manager, part of your job is to engage and motivate people and inform people and allow people to give of their best, which is what we have to do in the academy itself. So as Przemek says, we practice what we preach. All of the things we teach about how we get the best out of people, we do ourselves within the lectures. And you'll get a mixture of opportunities to hear, but plenty of opportunities to be heard as well.
It's very interactive. We use cases, we use activities.
And I think one thing that's worth adding, Gosha, that a number of our past participants have said they learned a lot from us and from the materials we presented, but they learned as much from their co-participants as they did from us. And I think that's really important for all of us.
Exactly. I decided to join my studies because the last edition, the group inspired me. The conversation they had, I enjoyed. I was just listening to them. I enjoyed a lot, and I just wanted to repeat it. Yeah. So yeah, participants, students make the difference. They co-create these studies, and they come from different backgrounds, because project management, like managing the complex projects, programs, it's something. It doesn't matter if you are experienced in HR, or in different, like the infrastructure industry. So they come from different backgrounds. And the age, they are very, very experienced. They are directors, some of them, or even members of the board, and they are also less experienced. So this is a kind of, for me, from my perspective, this is a good mixture of backgrounds and experience. So diversity makes a difference as well. Because it's in English as well, so I think also it's quite exciting. People from different nationalities, from different countries can join as well. So it's more diverse. Any other questions, thoughts?
Maybe one. I know this course focuses on the transition management. However, would you say that the alumni also will be equipped to, in future, manage different kind of projects? I know that there is in the program that there are more generic skills included, like agile. What else? Risk management, etc., etc. But I'm wondering if it's very much focused on transition, and maybe those skills will be, thought during the program might kind of, I think I know the answer to that question, but I'm wondering if they are a little bit limited because they are profiled to this specific situation, a specific kind of project.
So answer, or anyone want to answer?
I'm wondering, I mean, I'll start. I mean, you'll see from the slide that Gosha presented earlier on, there's kind of broad cross-section of subjects, and it's based upon the PMI talent triangle. So the PMI talent triangle is kind of a balanced view on all of the things that you need to be able to run major complex projects, not just transition projects. And I think I'm comfortable in saying that we probably give equal weight to all three parts of the triangle. So you will get some of the softer skills around leading people through transition, but you will also get some of the harder skills and the more strategic skills as well. I mean, Shemek, you deal in some of the harder skills. Do you want to add to that?
Well, so I think that covers it, right? So we basically direct our choices of the things that we may discuss and give examples more from the transition side of things, but at the same time, tool set and skills and the knowledge is very applicable across everything, be it generic project management, transformation management, leadership itself, and many other places.
Yeah, and transition is the psychological change, and projects are just the tool to move people, organizations through the transitions, transformations. Yeah, any project, it's a kind of have the deliverables, goals. So it's a kind of transition. Yeah, we've got state A, and you want to move to state B. So it's a new product development, for example. So you've got you have nothing, and then you've got new product. So it's general. We have our slogan is putting people at the heart of project management. So we focus quite a lot on these power skills. So it's like leadership, communication, emotional intelligence, coaching, mentoring, creativity. So that's what differentiate us from other project management courses. And that's what PMI is promoting for last probably 10 years now. So we need change leaders, project managers. They need to change. They need to transition to change leaders. So that's what we do. We help leaders to gain these skills, these competences, to become a leader in VUCA world. So that's our main aim. And then you can manage, you can lead any project, and you are prepared to lead the organization as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other thoughts, questions? Okay, we have comment, the quiz, great idea. Thank you for organizing this meeting. Interesting, inspiring, positive. It was great pleasure to listen to you. I think it's definitely worth to join the program. Thank you very much, Barbara. Thanks a lot. That was good summary of our meeting. Yeah, and it's worth to join. Yeah. Okay, if no question, I think we can finalize it. Thank you very much. And we are in touch. If you would like to get more information, you can contact us through LinkedIn. You can put the message on Facebook as well, or get in touch in any other way through the university as well. On the website, you've got more information, and you've got contact to Kasia as well. So thank you very much, the team. Thank you very much for.
So I will just add that if you decide to register for the program, you can do it until 15th of September. And the dates of the sessions in the first semester will be published on our website at the beginning of July. So if you're interested, so please follow us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And see you next time. Bye-bye. Just contact us for the books, yeah?
Will do.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.